I never thought my life would truly begin at a funeral. That sounds strange, I know. Funerals are supposed to be endings. Closes, goodbyes, but for me, that day was the first time I finally saw the truth. And once you see the truth, you can never go back to pretending. My husband Robert died in a sudden car accident. Heavy rain, faulty brakes, a sharp curve. They said it was quick, that he didn't suffer. But I wasn't sure he deserved such a gentle exit. We were married for 40 years. 40. I used to believe our marriage was solid. Not passionate, not romantic, but stable. Like an old house, weathered, cracked in places, but still standing. I gave up my career for that house, for that life. For him, he always said, "I'll take care of you. You don't need to work." And I believed him. At the memorial service, I stood by the entrance of the chapel, greeting guests, smiling, thanking them for coming. I wore his favorite charcoal grey coat. The wind was cold. My fingers were numb. Still, I smiled. Because Robert cared deeply about appearances. Even in death, I was still maintaining his image. Our son, Daniel, stood at the podium. He's 33 now, a software engineer, always composed, always controlled. He spoke about his father's dedication, his discipline, his success. Then he paused. "There's someone I want to thank," he said. My heart tightened. I thought, finally, he was going to say my name. 40 years of marriage, a lifetime of sacrifice. Surely, he saw me now. But instead he said, someone who was truly there for my father during the hardest years of his life. Miss Linda Mallister. The room shifted. All eyes turned to the woman sitting in the front row. Perfect makeup, tailored dress, soft tears resting on her lashes. Linda, Robert's administrative assistant. Later, his consultant. Then, his partner. I sat off to the side, invisible. At the reception afterward, people whispered, "She seems so close to the family. Who is she, really?" I already knew. That night, alone in our house, I realized something terrifying. My marriage hadn't ended that day. It had ended years ago. I just wasn't invited to know. The next morning, I went to the lawyer's office. The will was read with calm professionalism. The house, the vacation property, the investment accounts, all left to Linda, nothing to me, not a dollar. I looked at Daniel. He wasn't shocked. That hurt more than anything else. When I confronted him, he said quietly, "Dad had his reasons." That's when I understood. I hadn't just lost a husband. I was losing my son. The days that followed felt unreal. I found letters, receipts, photos, evidence of a second life, a life I was never part of. Neighbors told me stories, concerts, trips, holidays. Linda had been there for over a decade. While I stayed home, while I took care of everyone, while I waited, that betrayal didn't break me immediately. What broke me was realizing how small I had allowed myself to become. So I did something different. I stopped mourning, and I started investigating. With the help of an old colleague, I uncovered financial records, company funds, shell accounts, properties bought in Linda's name. It wasn't just an affair. It was theft, fraud, a double life funded by my silence. I hired a lawyer, filed a case, People said I was bitter, vindictive, cold, but I wasn't angry anymore. I was awake. The courtroom was quiet when I testified. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just told the truth. About the woman I used to be. About the woman I became. About everything I gave away thinking love required erasing myself. The judge ruled in my favor. Linda lost everything she gained. The money, the properties, the illusion. As for Daniel, it took years. Years of distance, silence, reflection. But eventually he came back. He apologized. And I forgave him. Not because it erased the pain, but because I refused to carry it anymore. Today, my house feels different. It's quieter, but it's mine. I make my own choices now. I play music loudly. I dance in the kitchen. I rest when I'm tired. I live. And that's why I'm telling you this story. Because I know I'm not alone. If you're listening to this and you feel invisible, if you've been living in someone else's shadow, if you've been told your strength is a flaw, this is your sign. You are not too much. You were just giving your light to the wrong place. From now on, I'll be sharing more real stories here. Stories about truth, betrayal, healing, and starting over. If this story touched you, if you felt seen, please subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. Tell me what you're facing. Tell me what you want to hear next. Because sometimes one woman's truth becomes another woman's freedom.